Bring in my colleague Archith Seshadri, who is in Virginia and who spoke to Anita Wadhwani, who is the India Country Director in the Office of the Secretary of Defense, Asian and Pacific Security Affairs. Listen in.
When it comes to the Indian-American sentiment here in Washington, D.C., there's certainly no lack of buzz when it comes to talks about Trump and Modi. In fact, we're now joined by a government employee who works here in Washington, D.C., Anita Wadhwani. She has ties to both India and the United States. Anita, thanks for joining us. You've met Modi in person, you shook his hand, and now you're here again to meet Trump for the first time on Monday. Talk to us about how different the dynamics are in the Indian-American community here when it comes to a Trump America versus an Obama America.
I don't think there would be that much of a difference. I think everybody's just very excited. We've heard Trump loves India, so that's another pretty exciting thing. Modi always carries great favor. Everybody's seeing what he's been doing in India, all these economic reforms and everything else. And so it's just a really exciting time, I think, either way.
What about the situation about jobs? You know, H-1B visas are sort of perhaps on the cuts. There's a push with Modi saying make in India again and Trump saying make America great again. So very sort of a similar policies. But of course, for Indian Americans, what does that mean when it comes to the job market and the stability here in the United States?
I think there's nothing to worry about. I think that both leaders understand both dynamics actually pretty well, given Trump's economic ties to India and what he's doing now. And I think there shouldn't be much to worry about because they will be able to sort out those issues. They're both very like-minded, but I think they also understand each other's points of view.
What about when it comes to the immigration, the minority perspective? There have been some situations of hate crimes. Is that just coincidental, or does that fall on the leadership of the White House? There was an Indian-American, Srinivas Kuchibhotla, who was killed in Kansas. There was a Virginia girl who was attacked on the way to a mosque. So there have, seen an increase, perhaps, of incidences like that towards minorities, towards immigrants. What is your experience like, and what's the chatter among the Indian-American community, specifically when it comes to racial tensions?
That's a good question. I've had friends that have also been harassed during this climate. I think it's something we still need to be cautious of and try to denounce as much as possible. I personally haven't had to deal with those issues directly, but it's something everybody wants to educate and wants to make known and have more awareness of. We're still going to have to do a lot of work in order to condemn these attacks and move forward.
And last but not least, what is the mood like, been for you here? There's been quite a bit, a huge crowd. And, what are we hoping for between Modi and Trump when they do meet on Monday? What's sort of the anticipation that you're expecting?
I think me personally, I'm just expecting, a strong show of support between both sides. And, it's really about building the relationship. I think this is their first meeting during the administration. So I'm pretty sure it'll go very well. And the symbolic support is what everybody's sort of looking for.
All right, Anita Wadhwani getting us perspective. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. That is